Good morning everyone. Again I am Joey James, your host for today. I am super excited to introduce our guest speakers for today. They will give us a talk about environmental factors affecting the workplace. Our guest speakers are from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. So without further ado, let me present Miss Kelsey K. Harriet, Miss Shamika Savage, Miss Carnell Simpson, Miss Bethrina Turner, Miss Alandria Williams, and Miss Tanya Williams.
Our learning objectives for today are to define hazards, identify the types of occupational hazards, and to discuss physical and ergonomic factors affecting the workplace.
Hello, my name's Anna. Would you like to join me in playing this trivia? Great! Help me in trying to fill in the missing letters. And then say the word.
Hello everyone. Can you tell me what is a hazard? Well, according to the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety, 2020, a hazard is a potential source of harm or adverse health effects on a person or persons. This can result in injury, illness, property damage, and or losses.
Hi everyone. So today we'll be looking at the different types of hazard in the work environment. There are five different types of hazard within the work environment. We'll start off with the chemical hazard, which this can be an example of fumes, noxious gases like acids, heavy metals like lead. Next we have biological hazard. Example can be blood-borne disease like HIV and AIDS. The third one we have the physical hazard. You have heat, prolonged exposure to heat. Heat or the sun can cause heat stroke. We also have cold and we have noise. Next we have ergonomics. Ergonomics have to do with the working condition that you're in. We have psychosocial, that's having to deal with emotional reactions to work related stress or other problems. But today we'll be focusing on two of these hazards. We have the physical hazard and ergonomic hazard. In our next session we'll talk about the rest.
Physical hazards. You're probably wondering what this is. Well, let me explain it for you. According to OSHA, which is the Office of Safety and Health Administration, these are any factors or conditions within the environment that can harm the body without you necessarily touching it.
So here we have some examples of physical hazards, and you know that physical hazards are the most common hazards and are present in most workplaces at some time. So examples include working from ladders, scaffolding, or heights, frayed electrical cords, unguarded machinery, constant loud noise, vibrations, unsatisfactory lighting, radiation, extreme temperatures, and also spills or tripping hazards. So first we're going to start with working from ladders. So as you can see in the picture, you see a worker on the ladder about to fall, and you see his co-worker trying to catch the ladder before he falls. So sometimes this may be due to the ladder not being stable before he went up, or it can be spills, or it can be a number of reasons why the ladder is falling with the worker. But it's imperative that the workers put their safety first, and they have someone working with them, especially in an area where you see a lot of traffic, or if is at an area where the area is not balanced. All right. Next, we have temperature. You can have heat and you can have cold. So we're starting with heat. It can be direct or indirect effect of high temperature, radiant heat, or heat stagnation. This affects your work as it may lower physical performance and it also relaxes the workplace. So this extreme heat may lead to heat stroke, heat hyperpyrexia, heat exhaustion, or heat rush. So tell me, what is the normal body temperature? If you said 37 degrees Celsius, you are correct. Next, we're moving on to cold. So you have general or local cold injury. This different factors can contribute to this. Surrounding air temperature, for example, AC, you have loss of body heat, you have air streams like from winds, and you have body movement, and you have exposure time. Exposure time pertains to how long you have been exposed to the cold, and this may lead to hypothermia, frostbite, or trench foot. Hypothermia core temperature is below 35 degrees Celsius and have different levels. You have light hypothermia, which is 35 degrees to 32 degrees Celsius. You have medium, which is from 32 to 28 degrees Celsius. You have severe, which is less than 28 degrees Celsius. Did you know that hypothermia can kill in two steps? Exposure and then exhaustion. Once you start getting exhausted from high exposure to cold, you you want to sleep, and once you start sleeping, you're not able to wake up because your body system starts to shut down. All right. Next, we're going to move to frayed electrical cords. As you can see in the picture, you see the electricity going haywire. Um, this can be due to the electric system or electric cord not working properly, and this can lead to fire, as you can see in the picture. And this is not something that you want, especially in hospitals. So you have to ensure that um, with any frayed electrical cords, that the persons that are in charge of the electrical systems are being aware of it, that you tell patients that there should be no water near any electrical areas. All right. So now we're going to move on to loud noise. So especially in a hospital, you may have auditory and non-auditory effect, which can interfere with communication by speech. This can decrease efficiency and it can become annoying. And those who work their occupation require a lot of noise, this can lead to occupational deafness. Next, we're going to move on to radiation. Radiation is very dangerous, but sometimes they use radiation to treat cancer, but it can also lead to cancer. You have ionizing, which include X-rays, beta particles, alpha particles, and gamma rays. You also have non-ionizing, which are microwaves, infrared, and ultraviolet light. And these can lead to cancer, as I mentioned before, genetic changes, and aplastic anemia. All right. The current federal occupational limit of exposure per year for an adult for radiation is less than 350, which is safe, and above 350, it increases the risk of your health being in danger. You have vibrations is the next thing. Short-term exposure to vibrations may cause tingling and numbness in fingers and hands. Long-term exposure to vibration damage the fingers and hands. And this can lead to carpal tunnel syndrome and Raynaud's phenomenon. The effect of whole body vibration is usually greatest at the lower end of the range from 0.5 to 100 Hz, or handheld transmitted vibration frequencies as high as 1000 Hz or more may have detrimental effects. And that is not something that you want. Detrimental effects, not good. Then you have light. You have acute and chronic effect of bright and dim light and glare, and this is usually from computers, for example. This can lead to occupational cataract and Meniere's nystagmus. So if you have poor illumination, you have eye pain, eye strain, headache, fatigue, Excessive brightness can lead to discomfort, annoyance, and visual fatigue. And to prevent both of these issues, it requires for you to have sufficient and suitable lighting. All right. You don't want any spills. As you can see with the coffee, hot coffee is about to spill, and due to spills, as you can see below that, you see an individual about to fall. He looks like he was about to wipe up the spills, but because of spills, he fell. And that is another physical hazard that can happen. All right. So we have some questions for you. What body mechanism happens when you are cold? If you said shivering, you are correct. Muscular hypertonia results in shivering and is the body's attempt to sustain body heat. Right? And as nursing students, physical hazards are commonly found in hospitals. Can you mention some of these hazards that may occur in this environment? If you said slippery floors, electrical noise, etc., you are correct. And did you know the highest temperature in the body is in the head, chest, and abdomen? The coldest is in the fingers and feet. Did you? Okay. So this gives you an overview of some examples of some physical hazards. All right.
Ergonomic hazards. Ergonomic hazards occur when the type of work you do, your body position, and or your working condition puts strain on your body. These are difficult to identify because one may not immediately recognize the harm they are doing to your health. Examples of ergonomic hazards include poor lighting, improperly adjusted workstation and chairs, frequent lifting, and repetitive or awkward movements.
Think I need to visit the doctor because this load every day not going to work for me. My back is hurting me.
But look pan Tanya, she how she over there struggle with the both them. Me nah mash up my back, thank God say me have good posture and I can walk straight.
What you want laundry sit down over there, so? Good you look like you love this work, you look how you happy. Me not happy, so. Right now, me a dead for go home. Me there for 2 hours and come like a 12 hour me there for the whole of my eye them a playing me. Me sit down on this a computer screen here, no light no in here. Me have to turn up the bright on the computer to 100%. See if me can see nothing in here. And right now, me have to go to the doctor for get some description, for get something put in my eye them. Every day my eye them a hurt me when me come to work. Me can't wait to get my day off. Look pa you goody, oh you enjoy yourself, so watch her, look how she sit down up straight. Right now, me feel like the return of the mummy. Look like somebody dash cement pa me. My back stiff like board. Me can't do nothing with this a back here. How this a back here a pain me. Look on the chair where them say they give me for work with. It can't go up, it can't go down, it can't go nowhere. Not even spin, it can't spin. Every call center have a good chair and look on this one. Look like a dining table me sit down round. And right now, my and them, I don't know where the something name, the tunnel something. It bite my and I go down in a tunnel. Because right now my finger them stiff. It can't do nothing. Me there saw me I take 1 hour to type something which I take 15 minutes. Good day, me happy for you. You look happy in the work here, but me not happy because all of me pain up and right now me can't see. Me have to go start walk with a stick.